dragon training.
Welcome to Dragon Training. We mean welcome to WatchMojo. And today, we're counting down our picks for the top 10 How to Train Your Dragon franchise moments. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're taking a look at the most memorable scenes from the first two How to Train Your Dragon films, as well as the television series DreamWorks Dragons. If you're not all caught up, keep in mind that we'll be going into spoiler territory. Number 10, Romantic Flight, How to Train Your Dragon.
Hiccup! Get me down from here!
You have to give me a chance to explain.
Actions speak louder than words, so when Astrid refuses to listen, Hiccup tries to show her how amazing Toothless is. Although Hiccup would rather take a gentle approach, Toothless decides to take them on a thrilling roller coaster ride full of twists and turns in the sky. Toothless eventually slows down, however, with the majestic clouds above and John Powell's soothing musical score setting the mood for a romantic outing. The DreamWorks animators authentically capture the sensation of flight throughout the How to Train Your Dragon series, and this scene is a perfect example. The characters and the audience get lost in the moment, as day turns into night in the blink of an eye.
It's amazing. He's amazing.
Number 9, Mother and Son Flying Together, How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Hey, I thought we were going to eat.
Oh, we are!
Although they've been separated for 20 years, Hiccup and his long-lost mother almost immediately form a bond through their knowledge of the dragon world. This amounts to one of the franchise's most beautifully animated segments, as Valka shows Hiccup how to feed a clan of dragons, and Hiccup shows his mother his flying skills. While the aerial sequences are as exhilarating as ever, the scene is at its best when Hiccup and Valka take a moment to reflect on the time together they missed out on.
All this time you took after me. And where was I?
Their facial expressions cover various emotions in a matter of seconds, ranging from loss to forgiveness to the hope that their relationship can finally take flight.
Will you give me another chance?
Number 8, Viggo Sacrifice, DreamWorks Dragons.
The antidote. Viggo, where is the antidote?
Of all the characters introduced throughout DreamWorks Dragons, Viggo Grimborn goes through one of the most intriguing and stirring evolutions. At one point leading the Dragon Hunters, Viggo constantly outwits Hiccup and company. Even after he's betrayed by his own kind, it appears Viggo is ready to throw Hiccup under the bus to get back in their good graces. But Viggo deceives Johan and Krogan, having developed a newfound respect for dragons and their riders.
I would never harm such a magnificent creature.
With multiple arrows in his back already, Viggo makes the ultimate sacrifice so Hiccup and Toothless can escape.
Oh, this is it for me. The end of the game.
With a Skrill dragon by his side, the former villain charges into battle, knowing full well that his fate is sealed. Number 7, Family Reunion, How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Dad, can you put the sword away, please?
Even before they have a proper conversation, it's clear that Hiccup and his estranged mother have a deep connection. Although Hiccup quickly accepts Valka, Stoic has a reputation for being more temperamental and closed-minded. So when he sees his wife for the first time in 2 decades, nobody's sure how he'll react.
I know what you're gonna say, Stoic. How could I have done this?
Valka in particular seems convinced that she'll be met with rage and resentment for letting Stoic think she was dead. Instead, Stoic demonstrates that nothing is more important to him than family, greeting Valka with love and affection.
You're as beautiful as the day I lost you.
In the midst of this tender romantic moment, Gobber manages to lighten the mood by providing insight into his sexual orientation.
This is why I never married. This and one other reason.
Number 6, For the Dancing and the Dreaming, How to Train Your Dragon 2. Stoic presents himself as a stone-cold warrior, but we get to see his softer side in this scene. Unsure if things can ever go back to the way they were, Valka puts up an emotional wall that Stoic must break through.
Remember our song, Val.
Stoic lowers Valka's defenses by singing a touching tune forever rooted in their romance. The song starts off slow as Stoic eases Valka into the moment, which is almost ruined by Gobber. Just when it looks like there's no reaching her, Valka enthusiastically joins in. Soon enough, the calm music evolves into a jolly song and dance. As upbeat as the song is, this is sadly the last happy moment Hiccup's parents share with each other.
I thought I'd have to die before we'd have that dance again.
No need for drastic measures.
Number 5. Forbidden Friendship. How to Train Your Dragon.
Toothless. I could have sworn you had...
While Stoic and Valka have a moving love story, the bond between Hiccup and Toothless has always been at the heart of this franchise. It all started when the young Viking captured the Night Fury. Finding that the wounded dragon isn't just a savage beast, Hiccup attempts to make peace by offering him a fish. Toothless returns the favor by sharing his slimy meal, which Hiccup reluctantly chokes down. While still hesitant, Toothless warms up to Hiccup after he inadvertently teaches him how to draw, even trusting the boy enough to let him place his hand on his head. Relying on visuals over dialogue, we see the seeds of friendship blossom into something truly meaningful. Number 4. The Red Death. How to Train Your Dragon.
You don't have to go up there.
We're Vikings. It's an occupational hazard.
Although this series is full of quiet, atmospheric moments, it also possesses some of the most rousing action sequences modern animation has to offer. The original film builds to a heart-racing battle against the Red Death, in which dragons and Vikings must join forces. After sharing a few loving words with Stoic, Hiccup and Toothless swoop in to distract the enemy. While the Red Death is much bigger, our heroes manage to be faster and craftier, using the shadowy environment to their advantage.
Okay, Toothless. Time to disappear!
They send the Colossus charging to his demise, but Hiccup nearly falls to a fiery fate as well. Fortunately, Toothless dives in and shields Hiccup from the blast, saving most of him.
You brought her back alive.
Number 3. First Flight. How to Train Your Dragon.
Okay there, bud. We're gonna take this nice and slow.
It's ironic that Hiccup loses part of his leg in the end, seeing how he was responsible for damaging Toothless's fin. Hiccup attempts to correct his mistake by constructing Toothless a prosthetic fin, which they test out on their first flight together. The ride isn't without a few bumps, but they ultimately find their footing once Hiccup learns to trust his own instincts. As is the case with the film's other airborne sequences, the state-of-the-art animation really makes us feel like we're up in the air with our heroes, allowing us to be part of the experience. The sequence is only made more immersive when seen on the silver screen in 3D.
Come on.
Number 2. Stoic's Death. How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Let me show you.
No! Let me show you.
Killing off a major character in a family film is already a risky move, but Stoic's death is only made more shocking and tragic when you consider the way he dies. The first battle against the Bewilderbeast echoes The Empire Strikes Back, as the Alpha is defeated and Drago takes control of all the grown dragons. Drago decides to kill Hiccup in the most diabolical fashion possible, having the Bewilderbeast hypnotize Toothless into doing the deed. Unable to get through to his best buddy, Hiccup is nearly annihilated, until his father leaps in to take his place. It may be marketed to kids, but this franchise treats everyone in the audience as emotionally mature.
Dad!
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Well, this seems pretty perfect to me.
Yeah. I guess it does. While other places have ponies or parrots, we have dragons. This is Hamish's real son.
That's not treasure.
To a father it is. I never meant to make you feel like you had to do something like this.
I know that you've taken your rightful place at the table of kings. For a great man has fallen.
Number 1. Toothless versus the Bewilderbeast. How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Please, you are my best friend, bud.
Reconnecting with Toothless, Hiccup gears up for a final confrontation against Drago and his Bewilderbeast. Legendary cinematographer Roger Deakins acted as a visual consultant on every How to Train Your Dragon film, but his experience is particularly apparent in this climax. The gorgeous CGI animation springs to life as Hiccup and Toothless soar through an assortment of obstacles, culminating with the Night Fury challenging the Behemoth. The musical score matches both the gravitas of the action and the size of the Bewilderbeast. Of course, size isn't what matters in the end, as Hiccup triumphs over the Wildebeest with aid from the other dragons, becoming the new Alpha. This is animated fantasy at its most epic.
You never cease to amaze me, bud.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.